So some of the key warning signs that somebody may be at risk of a fall: one, they're going to start to have a sense of not feeling very stable or balanced. You might see them trying to reach for things while they're walking. They may have actually fallen down and not wanted to tell their significant other, or being honest with themselves that they actually did fall, because they may or may not want to be labeled as a fall risk. Some other key important things would be urinary incontinence. Taking 4 or more medications are a very high risk factor for potentially falling, and some cardiovascular issues as well. So unfortunately, some outcomes from a fall can be negative. According to the CDC, many of those outcomes from a medical standpoint are going to be lacerations, fractures, head trauma, and unfortunately death. Also, what's important to understand for the individual is that if they do fall, they will greatly reduce their want or need to start moving and keep moving, because they're so scared to fall again. They don't want to lose any more of their independence, and so they are going to actually go down a very slippery slope where they stop moving, and they will actually increase the risk for falling again because of lack of movement and strength to their activities of daily living. Exercise and fitness can help seniors reduce the risk of falls, because you're going to help the individual maintain their strength, their postural control, their stability, and their balance. And if you do exercises that are geared towards improving your gait and or the things that you do during the day, that's going to greatly help you reduce your risk of falling. Also, it's going to help you improve your motor reaction time. So if you catch yourself wanting to fall, you'll actually be strong enough to where you can actually maybe grab onto something and prevent yourself from falling down. Seniors should exercise approximately 2 to 3 times per week to improve their overall health. It's important to work within 4 domains. You want to work on strength, you want to work on balance, you want to work on flexibility, and postural control. So as long as you're targeting all those 4 domains 2 to 3 times a week, you will actually reduce your risk of falling. The types of exercises that a senior should incorporate into their exercise regime are going to specifically target, in my opinion, balance and gait are going to be the 2 most important avenues for direction with regards to programming. Many individuals, they go out and they start an exercise program and they just don't really know what they're doing or why they want to do it. So for a senior to really specifically move in a direction of reducing falls, I would recommend primarily focusing on muscles that improve your overall gait, your stability, your postural control, and your balance. I would really strongly recommend that you're targeting those groups, as well as balance and flexibility and mobility training. A prestigious Energize exercise program can potentially reduce our residents' risk for falling, because our programming is targeted for muscle groups that help our residents with, number 1, their activities of daily living, number 2, their ability to walk and move through space, and to actually improve their cognition. So reducing cognitive decline, improving balance, improving coordination, improving strength and balance are what separates our Energize exercise program apart from other exercise programs on the market. So the Energize exercise classes that we offer, there are 3 parts. They are designed for our residents and their ability. So some of our residents may come in needing to do specific chair-based exercises. So we have a program designed for that demographic. We also have a program designed for those that are able. So more of our independent living residents, they can still ambulate pretty efficiently. They can walk through space pretty efficiently. So we have exercises designed for that group as well. We also have a program that targets cognitive decline. And what the new research is showing with regards to cognition is that movement is imperative to reducing cognitive decline. So if we can have our residents stay moving and active, potentially we're reducing the risk of cognitive decline. So when our residents come into an Energize exercise class, first you will meet with our wellness coaches, and before participating in our Energize exercise class, our residents are placed in what we call a 6-part senior fitness assessment. So we are going to evaluate each and individual resident that comes to our Energize exercise classes to determine which class we feel would suit you the best. So it's almost a personal training situation in a small group personal training class. And you're going to expect to have, number one, you're going to expect to have a lot of fun. Our residents love to move, they love to joke around. Our wellness coaches are all certified or licensed personal trainers within their respective states. And we just like to have fun, and we want to help encourage you to move. So if we can help our residents move more, you're going to improve your overall wellness and longevity. Some exercises that people with limited mobility that can help to improve their overall fitness, strength, balance would be chair-based exercises are really important. So if you're unable to move in certain ranges of motion, I would strongly encourage you to work with a personal trainer that can help you move through those specific ranges of motion. Importantly, to move through a pain-free range of motion. So if you're in a wheelchair, for example, and you cannot walk, marching in place is a simple exercise that you can perform. That's just one example. There's a whole host of exercises that you can do, but it's important to work with the right person so that they can prescribe them to you. Some common fall hazards within an individual's home are going to be clutter that's around the house, loose rugs on the ground. So I would recommend going to a hardware store and buying some non-slip surface that you can put underneath your rug. Also lighting. Lighting is really important. I would recommend that you have some sort of photo sensor light that turns on when you go to bed. All the lights are off and your bathroom is lit, your hallways are lit, your kitchen is lit, so that if you have to get up in the middle of the evening, you can actually get around your house pretty efficiently. Lastly, and the most important place where many falls happen is in your bathroom. Can't stress this enough, but potentially work with a contractor and get some hand or guardrails installed inside your bathroom. Maybe invest in a tub that is walk-through, and definitely have some sort of non-slip surface inside your shower or bathtub. Some of the ways that individuals can actually not only fall-proof their home, but they can actually work on fall-proofing themselves is, one, to engage in some sort of movement prescribed exercise-based program. That's really important. Number two, I really strongly recommend, if you need glasses or you're visually impaired, to have your eyes checked regularly by your eye physician. And number three, make sure that your clothing fits you well. So if you're walking about your house and you're worried about falling, make sure that your shoes fit you well. Try not to walk in any like flip-flops, etc. And make sure that your pants or your robes or your dresses are not past ankle length so that you can potentially trip on them.